other thing that we found out that was interesting for us was how much sleep you got based on which grade you were in. So we have 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. All right, so using your good critical thinking skills, what can you figure out from the graph? Yes? So freshmen are in the green for the more. What else?
Like there wasn't that very, there's not that much difference like it was not like a complete hour between simulations.
Okay, so we're only talking about a half hour difference from one to the other. Yes?
Guys, I mean, from sophomore to senior, it seems like an equal drop off of sleep. But like freshman year to sophomore year, is like a little bit of loss of sleep. Everything else is pretty equal.
Okay, so not a big difference between freshmen and sophomores and a big jump from sophomores to juniors. So, the sad part of this is you're getting as much sleep as you're going to get at Culver, just downhill from here with the amount of sleep. You guys can figure that out, fix that a little bit. The other part is that, yeah, there's this big jump from sophomores to juniors. Junior year, what have you heard about junior year? It's the best year, it's the hardest year, it's kind of both. A lot more AP classes, you're starting college advising, you're filling up your schedule, you're really trying to get into the right college and what you want. So there's a lot more stuff going on. And then senior year, you guys just don't want to be. All right, so here, a lot of stuff on this. So what I did with this one is it's the same thing broken down by 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th, but also by the year. So the black is 2008, before we changed the time. Brown is 2009, right after we changed it, and then yellow is 2013. Yes?
Between 2009 and 2013, was CQ times changed?
I don't think so. CQ times was changed before that, correct? It's been a long time.
Yeah, it doesn't change. Has it? We went for maybe to 8 o'clock to 10:30, maybe a little bit.
Yeah, I think CQ was changed when we changed the start time.
Yeah. Shortly after.
Shortly after, okay. I wasn't here
After,
then.
right, Joe?
After the philosophy's changed.
Yeah.
Quiet time from strict study time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some.
All right. Questions about the data so far? What that looks like. All right. So, from our senior that wanted to do this for part of his honors project, he asked some other questions that ended up being really helpful. One of them that he asked was, how much sleep do you get on the average weekday compared to the weekend? So what do you notice? You sleep more on the weekend. Is that true? You guys sleep more on the weekend?
Yeah.
Yes. Is that good?
No.
No?
Messes up sleep pattern.
You could oversleep.
When we really need the sleep is on the weekday. So
Yes, that would be ideal. So the problem, we'll talk about this a little bit later, is that when you're chronically undersleep, you create this big debt in the amount of sleep, and it doesn't work out necessarily 1 hour for 1 hour, that if you miss an hour of sleep, you need an extra hour. Because the effects of losing an hour of sleep start growing by a bigger volume. It kind of just compounds onto there as you lose more and more sleep. So then, is it helpful to sleep to kind of recover stuff? Yeah. But you can't just bank on the fact that I'm going to stay up like every night and just sleep all weekend and then do it again. It's not a good idea. So here's overall. The best amount of sleep would be 9 to 9.25 hours. That would be the ideal. It's from the National Sleep Foundation. This is what they would recommend for adolescents. The national average is 7 to 7.25. So our average is 6.5. So we're not achieving what the average should be, and we're not achieving what the norm is for the national average overall. In fact, only 1.4% of our students were getting 9 hours of sleep in a month. Yes?
How are we supposed to get 9 hours of sleep here?
That's a good question. Well, 9 hours may not be quite possible. 6.5 isn't quite good enough. Especially long term. So lots of late nights in a row aren't going to be a good thing for you. You want to leave this up there for a second. You guys are scribbling notes quickly. Whose class is taking down notes quickly? Whose class is this? Oh, you all are. Good job. I was worried that one was trying to outdo the other. All right, so I'll let you finish taking notes quickly. Do you want me to email this to you guys as well so you have a copy? You've got a copy. You would have a copy. Okay. All right, can I move on? All right, so one of the questions that Kyle wanted to ask, does the amount of sleep impact your daily activities and performance? What do you guys think? Does it impact your daily activities and performance?
Yeah.
Yes. What about, what was the people that answered the survey? Yeah, 91% of them said, yeah, that has an impact. How does it impact you? What happens when you don't get enough sleep? Okay, so you want to sleep during the day? Okay, you're just kind of tired. What else?
I feel like since soccer just ended, I feel like when I don't have enough sleep, I feel less motivated to go to the gym and work out on my own.
Okay, so you start losing motivation. You
Yeah.
really want to work out.
Can't focus. I don't know.
Okay, so it affects your ability to concentrate.
You get grumpy.
You get grumpy, you get grouchy, you like Benny biting your Snickers. Not good. Okay. The other question we asked was, what keeps you from getting enough sleep at night? So which one of these, which one of these is the highest one? Homework. Homework, 86% said homework. Followed by friends, other texting, internet, games. So homework, that's part of it. I think part of it though goes into how we schedule the rest of our day, right? Maybe 3 periods are not really 3 periods. 3 periods aren't nap time. 3 periods are good time to do academics, to work on stuff. Mid-afternoon break isn't really a break, that's the prime time for you to find teachers and to get help when you need help or to start your homework. Activity period, that evening time, that's your time to kind of go and do whatever. The rest of the time, from that 8:30 to like 4, that's your academic time. Sometimes part of what happens with homework is just that we're not using our time well enough. Sometimes it's that we have too much homework or we don't have enough time. Yeah, so your teachers are talking a lot about that, of how can we make sure we're giving you enough homework but not too much, how do we balance that? It's something that's really important for all of us, but it's also important for you guys to play your part of figuring out how do you balance that, which is hard. All right, so when you're sleep deprived, before I go on, any questions about the sleep survey data? Yes.
About the deep sleep, is there any way you can cut it back so if you have like an average of 6 hours of sleep, can you get to, for like a year, can you get to the deep sleep part faster or no?
There's nothing you can really do to kind of speed it up. It'd be great if we could like drop into the deep sleep quickly. However, the hard part, or the nice part of it is as the night goes on, we do less of the deep sleep, so it's easier to wake up in the morning. But if you cut down that amount of sleep that you're getting, what happens is you're waking up in the middle of that deep sleep, and then it's hard to wake up. You don't remember turning off your alarm clock. You wake up to your alarm clock. You have military mentors pounding on your door because you overslept. All those not fun things happening. Other questions? All right, so 4 things happen when we're sleep deprived. We're going to group this together. First one is mood. What kind of things happen with your mood? Don't know, you have one. You said irritable. Grumpy, irritable, same thing, yeah. You lose your motivation. Some people become more anxious. Your body has a harder time dealing with everything else because you're tired. You're focusing on the fact that you want to sleep and you want to sleep now. The other area, next one, is performance. What do I mean by performance? What kind of things fall under here? Yeah.
How well you work?
Okay, so how well you work, how distractible you might be. School. It's going to be harder to pay attention during class. Sometimes it's harder to stay awake during class. Your effectiveness. So sometimes you're just not as effective because what are you wanting to do the whole time? Sleep. So is it harder to pay attention to the book you're reading? Yeah. tired. When you're tired, you are focused on being tired, right? The third area then is health. Your physical health is impacted. So we talked about cell repair, but that's important that happens during sleep, that if you miss out on that, that can have that effect. Sometimes if you're chronically sleep deprived, you're more likely to gain weight, which of the way it's throwing off your hormones that control when you're hungry and when you're full. And then the last one is this idea of a sleep debt. The more sleep that you're missing, it starts compounding and the effects are getting bigger. So just missing an hour of sleep one night, you didn't go to bed on time, or you had a bad night to sleep, the next day is kind of rough. But if you start doing that over and over, those effects are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Alright, so we have this thing called sleep hygiene. Just like when you should make sure that you shower and wash your hair and do all those things so you're nice and clean. There's things you can do to make sleep better when you're sleeping. First one is to avoid naps. Naps just throw off that cycle. If you have to nap, if it's like a dire emergency, they have to be short. Longer than 20, 25 minutes, you're going to start throwing off your natural rhythm that you have. You're going to get into a really deep sleep that's just going to make you feel worse. How many of you drink coffee? Wow, a lot of you. Okay. How many of you drink other caffeinated whatevers? Okay. Avoid caffeine in the afternoon. You have to have a cup of coffee earlier in the day. But in the afternoon, especially in the evening, it's just going to make it harder to fall asleep. It's going to keep your brain energized and aroused and ready to think and do other things. If you're going to drink caffeine-free things, so caffeine-free coffee or tea or soda, just remember there's still caffeine in there. It's just a much smaller amount. But if you drink enough of it, it's going to be like you've had enough caffeine that's going to affect your sleep too. Exercise. Overall, getting exercise every day will help you sleep better. It'll help you with your stress. It helps with your mood. It helps kind of fatigue your body in a good way so you're ready to go to sleep. However, you can't exercise too much right before bed. You want to do like yoga or light Pilates or something like that before bed, okay. But like working out really, really hard and then trying to go to sleep just doesn't work. Food. So certain foods can kind of affect how you sleep. Luckily, you're young enough that like spicy foods aren't going to affect your heartburn and like make it so you stay awake and eat tums all night. But it might, lots of dark chocolate or chocolate in general has enough caffeine that can affect